many problems, we also are a community that pulls together to find solutions, much like we're doing here tonight. Speaking of solutions, I'd like to first talk for a moment about some of the specific programs and progress we are making as Mayor Walling outlined. Secondly, I'd like to suggest some federal programs that can help enhance the job creation and move our economy forward. During what we could easily be viewed as the toughest economic climate since the Depression, as Mayor Walling said, the Economic Development Department, the Chamber, has managed to bring $2 million in new attraction investment into the region, along with over 300 new jobs. Our Economic Development Group also successfully completed $13 million in retention and expansion investment projects during the past year. All told, the Chamber will have helped bring a total of $105 million in new investment in attraction and retention investment by the end of 2009. That $105 million does not include more than $65 million that the Regional Chamber's Procurement Technical Assistance Center government contracts has helped companies secure in a new year of government contract allotments. The PTAC staff at the Regional Chamber has diligently worked with a number of traditional automotive suppliers to help them diversify into other sectors like the defense industry. They do this by teaching companies how to become government contractors and by empowering them to successfully diversify into other markets. The hard work of that staff continues to pay off, not only for companies but for this community. There's no doubt that a few of these local automotive suppliers would have had to shut their doors this past year. Instead, more than a few are thriving despite this very challenging business climate. Another program at the Chamber is the Michigan Manufacturing Technology Center, providing much needed assistance to the Genesee County companies by helping them diversify their business and streamline their operations through lean manufacturing. The program also makes it possible for companies to obtain needed workforce training. We know for a fact that through MMTC's efforts, jobs have been retained in Genesee County, and companies have learned how to become more competitive and resilient in this increasingly global marketplace. In fact, this year alone, MMTC has provided $145,000 worth of assistance projects to local companies. At the Regional Chamber, we also continue to pursue economic development tools like smart zones that can help draw high-tech companies to our community. In fact, we are currently working on the development of such a zone with Kettering University and state officials. This smart zone will help attract high-tech companies and valuable R&D efforts to the area. Regional Chamber staff members also help companies access valuable incentives that allow them to expand and locate here in Genesee County. A good example of these incentives include tax credits provided through the Michigan Economic Growth Authority, otherwise known as MEGA. The MEGA board, which includes Regional Chamber CEO Tim Herman, provides refundable tax credits against the Michigan business tax to companies expanding or relocating their operations in Michigan. And last, but certainly not least, the Regional Chamber continues to partner with community leaders like Mayor Walling to bring growth and increased job opportunities to Flint and Genesee County. President Obama's interest in partnering with us is a great step. He has asked Flint and other communities throughout the country to hold community forums like this as part of a larger national conversation about job growth and economic development. And tonight, President Obama has asked us to provide ideas and recommendations on how to spur economic growth in this region. The following is a few solutions that the Regional Chamber has been working on to do our part to bring more economic growth to our community. A couple of areas that would be helped by involvement at the federal level and intervention from the Obama administration. We have seen some documented in the media, and we're going to suggest a few other program initiatives. Stimulus dollars can go a long way toward helping spur growth by putting people back to work. But unless companies are able to access needed capital, there can be no real long-term job growth. Jobs with staying power require liquidity in the marketplace. There is no way around that fact. So if the Obama administration can do anything to bring liquidity back into the marketplace, that would greatly help our economic development efforts at the Regional Chamber and the community. The Genesee Regional Chamber supports the Obama administration's proposal to promote further economic recovery and job creation by ensuring that credit is available to small businesses. Specifically, we'd recommend lending limits on SBA 7A and 504 programs be increased from $2 million to $5 million. Manufacturing companies limits be to $5.5 million, and lending limits on the microloan program be increased from $35,000 to $50,000. Supporting community banks and allowing the use of federal TARP funds to sustain current and future loans would fund the vital growth in the small business sector. Our push to create more jobs here in this community would also be helped by a commitment on the part of the federal government to put more dollars toward jumpstarting the green economy. Small business administration loans are backed by the federal government. Similarly, we would like to suggest that the government consider backing loans for emerging green technology companies. Under the current system, there is no real financial mechanism or help for small green technology companies to obtain government-backed loans. We think more liquidity in the marketplace, along with financial commitment by the federal government to help finance emerging green technology companies, would greatly help our efforts here at the Regional Chamber. It's important to note, in the absence of easily valued assets such as physical plant and equipment, our region's technology firms face a distinct disadvantage to garner working capital. Federal efforts should focus on increasing access to working capital, especially for businesses beyond the seed stage, but are not yet venture capital fundable. The Genesee Regional Chamber proposes that the administration direct the SBA to create a subordinated debt fund targeted at innovation companies to assist in this regard. I would conclude by reinforcing the four key categories that we believe need attention at the federal level, which is strengthening credit markets, encouraging growth of entrepreneurship opportunities, increase investment, innovation, and infrastructure, and prepare Americans for 21st century jobs. For our part, we will continue to listen to the community and its business leaders, and with leaders such as Mayor Walling, for suggestions on how to make Flint and Genesee County a better place to live, work, and do business. We are your economic development partner here in Flint and Genesee County, and we look forward to working with you in the days and months ahead. Thanks again, Mayor Walling, for inviting the Regional Chamber to speak in your great leadership.
Thank you, Mr. Donovan. We do have a representative from the state of Michigan, the Regional Economic Analyst, State Bureau of Labor Market Information and Strategic Initiatives. She has a PowerPoint, and we'll try and keep it to 5 minutes. Her name is Ria Acuna.
Hi, good evening, everyone, and thank you for having me here tonight. I'm here to talk about the employment status of Genesee County, and I will focus on the unemployment rates and industry trends for the area. So let's begin with the unemployment rates. Okay, the most recent unemployment statistics we have is for the month of October, and the Genesee County unemployment rate was 15.2%, which was about 0.9 percentage point above the statewide average of 14.3%. The city of Flint average, however, was at 25.5%. So among the Michigan metro areas, the Flint unemployment rate was actually the third highest, right behind the Detroit and Muskegon metro area. So following the statewide trend, unemployment peaked in July due to massive layoffs from the auto industry. Recently, we have been seeing some declines in unemployment rate, mostly due to layoff recalls in August and job gains due to school openings in September and October.